Shalom, praise Yahweh Shemashim. This relates to top news. You have a No Kings protest moving across the country. New York, D.C., Florida, and different places across the country. No Kings also, the H America protest, they call it that too as well. This is South Florida. This is you had a Zelensky meeting relating to ending the war where Putin and Putin and Ukraine, trying to find some resolution in that. Scripture talks about knowing this in the last days that perilous times shall come. You having the disgrace Senator George Santos released from prison after Trump commutes his sentence, pretty much lessens his sentence relating to disgrace congressman. SCOTUS here is the law case, LA cases on redistricting, which is gerrymandering, another fancy word for gerrymandering. You have 17 days into the government shutdown. Five freeways to close for military event, Camp Pendleton, Saturday. You had John Bolton. He's being indicted relating to mishandling of classified information. You had a federal judge relating to, there's a report I seen relating to radioactive water in the Hudson River. This relates to worry about relating to funding or allocated funding related to special education, related to oversight, government. They're talking about relating to the TSA and different things. The more prolonged relating to the federal government, the more it's going to affect relating to people without pay, TSA workers, air traffic controllers. You have 130,000 Alabamians at risk relating to insurance loss, losses relating to price increase, also increase price increase. I see one is relating to, I believe in North Carolina, relating to affecting it as well. You have a Major General step down relating to Admiral. Black Admiral stepped down relating to what was going on relating to Venezuela and America, relating to the cartels and these increased narco drug busts or strikes. Survivals reported in the latest U.S. airstrikes in the Caribbean. So you have a Major Admiral step down. He had a hearing relating to previously before retiring, pretty much forced retiring, and many could speculate it could be over a variety of reasons, possibly a conflict related to policies or different other things. So, this one it relates to Bolton pleads not guilty relating to that. Evidence of mishandling relating to classified information. Zohan Mandani as commanding lead relating to the NYC, New York mayoral race. You have another one. Some other candidates. Slivwa, I think is his last name. They were showing it earlier. Forgot the name. But there's some other candidates as well. Sliwa, Siwa, yeah, Shalak on the pronunciation, but yeah, Sliwa, I think is another one. So this is just news right here. 10 hospitalized after balcony collapse near UC. So you see an infraction relating to well, he knowing that their thoughts, which is in their imaginations relating to their minds, said into them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought into desolation, and a house divided against itself falleth. And if Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? Because ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. So a house divided against itself, how that house can stand? A kingdom, a nation divided against itself, how can that nation stand? And if Satan be divided against himself, how can he stand but have an end? So you see in a division relating to this rulership, man. You know, between policy, between the powers of Democrat and Republican, relating to implementing proper policies that benefit collectively, relating to the people. So you're seeing there, you see the division. You see the internal fracturing relating to the powers, man, the government, for example. Let me get a 2 Esdras 15. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. It's a warning related to the inhabitants of the earth. Scripture talks about the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil's going to come in great wrath, knowing it, but he has but a short time. 12:12, Revelation. So it's a warning to the collective, which is the inhabitants, which relates to the people in the earth. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. Different factions or groups. Fighting against other factions or group. Some is racially motivated, some is politically motivated, socially motivated. These different entities against each other. And the sword in their hands, which is a weapon in their hands. The modern day assault weapon, pistol, weapon. Any form that can be used for defense purposes and offensive purposes. For there shall be sedition. Sedition is mutiny, insurrection, violent uprising, protest. For example, of that you see in protests all across the country. There was one where Generation Z, they were protesting or something. I seen that on the First Post report. For there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They shall not regard the kings nor princes, the powers. They're not regarding the kings and princes, the authorities. And of course, of their actions shall stand in their power. So they're not just directing, but they're controlling, relating to their actions and putting the power in their hands, man, and taking control. And a man shall desire to go into a city and should not be able. So trying to go to one place to another, man, you will not be able to unless you have proper access or authorization to. That's the times to come, you know what I mean? For because of their pride, the city shall be in trouble, and houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Men, women going to be afraid. The house is going to be in trouble. The establishment is going to be in trouble. The city is going to be in trouble. That goes to the stated condition of the of society was going to happen in that time. You know what I mean? The pride that goes relating to the level of wickedness, the arrogancy of this of the people in the establishment, which is the society. So these things are happening because of that. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor and shall destroy their houses with the sword, using a weapon. Invasion, home invasion. You've seen individuals in somewhere in Virginia, I believe it was Alexandria, outside north of D.C., wearing Halloween costumes, threaten trying to get into a house, a particular neighborhood. You know what I mean? So you're going to see that. Um, that's precursors of that. You know what I mean? So people coming in trying to break in, using forms of different tactics to try to get into where they want to get into. You know what I mean? So that goes to home invasion, siege, occupying. You know what I mean? They're not going to have regard of kings and princes. They're not going to have regard for kings and princes, but they're not going to have regard of neighbors. You know, especially when the times are harsh and dire, man. And man shall not have no pity. So they're not going to have no pity, no compassion upon neighbors, no form of remorse relating to because of the state and condition of things that's going to happen at that time. But shall destroy their houses with the sword, spoil their goods, spoil and take their goods, take what need because of what? The lack of bread, because of great tribulation. And this is the things that's going to happen, man. Good examples of that are you know, apocalyptic movies. You see, you know, I mean, the end of the world type apocalyptic movies that you see where people, you know, the siege and the purge and different movies like that. Examples of that. Also, with the TSA relating to that, with individuals not getting paid, it's going to interfere with like flight disruptions, cancellations, and TSA relating to air traffic controllers. You know what I mean? Especially relating to the prolonged relating to this government shutdown. So that's going to affect. It's going to be a ripple down effect, ripple down effect where it affects, you know, for example, the airports, for example. So this is quick news. Government employees share struggles as shutdown drags on. You know, I mean, people out no paychecks, so you know it's going to be more difficult. The last one I believe was like 30 something days. You know, I think that I believe that was under the Obama administration. I ain't mistaken, or the Trump administration. Might have been under Obama administration. Um, so this could probably break that as far as that, or as far as the numbers possibly. There's one report there were 9 times trying to resolve relating to finding, you know, a resolution, whether it be a stopgap or temporary, but couldn't find it 9 times, and they failed to, you know, um, to to find some resolution to open government. But that's the breaking point of Babylon. Go to Jeremiah 50. Because Babylon's breaking. This, you know, this system is breaking, man, slowly. Go to let me see. Babylon, go to number, flee out of the midst of Babylon, deliver every man his soul, not cut off, and be not cut off in her iniquity. Scripture talks about Micah, arise, depart, for this is not a place of your rest. It is corrupt that shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. So, separation. Be not cut off in her iniquity, her sins, man. Because remember, Scripture talks about her sins are remembered even from the heavens, man. Where the Lord remembers Sabaoth. For this time, the Lord's vengeance, He will render into her recompense. So, the Lord is going to compensate relating to Babylon, her due season, man. Was due to her. Babylon had not been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that had made all the earth drunken. Drunken by what? Her philosophy, ideologies, pushed the Western philosophy and her ways upon these other nations, even forcefully, where the other nations would drink of that wine, even become complicit relating to her ways. Now you realizing the other nations are realizing that, it's not what it's cracked up to be, in a matter of speaking. Babylon is suddenly fallen, destroyed, and that's the point. It's fracturing, internally, externally. Howl for her, palm. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. Balm is an ointment. If so, she may be healed. So Babylon cannot be healed, man, because Babylon is breaking externally and internally, man. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. And let us go, every one into her own country. For her judgment have reached into the heavens and have lifted up even to the skies, where the Lord remembers these things, man. And that's what's happening. So, Lord's remembering related to her iniquities, man. Her sins, man. Her transgressions, man. And we're seeing the precursor of the degradation relating to Babylon, man. And this is just something short relating to quick news. You have reports of something I've seen with YouTube outage. On the report, you have AT&T data breach. Relating to that, you see different entities, outages in different entities, whether from social media or whether from cell phone, different entities, problems with outages or glitches or some kind of technical difficulties. You see it with the airports, you see it with these social medias and different things. Also recalls relating to different things. I seen a report talking about something with Pfizer said 176 years, pretty much management of symptoms but not curing the problem, man. Those are on that report. So different reports. You see it relating to the ICE situation. Somebody posted relating to a black American. He was siege under that in Chicago. So you have the intensifications relating to ICE and ICE situation relating to deportation. Different places. The intensification in these major cities regarding that. So this is just something quick related to news. Hope it helps related to reports. Praise Yahweh Shem Yashah Bashem Rakakadash. There's another report here. It's official. USDA is imposing new work requirements for receiving SNAP benefits starting November 1 in all states. So it's going to be changes relating to the SNAP, Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program. And USDA, which is United States Department of Agriculture, Food. So it's going to be new relating to certain requirements relating to that program. People in that. And also the longer the shutdown relating to that can affect also relating to that as well. And that being said, this is Zayah Wolf, Open Health related information. This is Zayah Wolf. Shalom.